Hello folks, thought I'd do another quick video. I recently did one on completely unbranded, unlabeled guitars and I got some interesting responses on that. Other people have said that they have found similar deals with unbranded guitars turning out to be good quality. Of course that can work the other way. By the way, the guitars I decided to feature on this channel are a small percentage of what I actually go through and work on. There are guitars that I don't show on here, that I don't represent, that I don't think are good bargains, or I don't think they're interesting or worthwhile off-brands or no brands to promote. Some of them are quite bad. So I had a comment, from somebody saying that I just promote against the grain. It's not true. There are lots of things that I work on and I play it and look at it after and I say, no, I'm not promoting that. I don't think it's good enough for my channel. It's not specifically a well-crafted guitar. It doesn't play that well. The woods aren't great. The parts aren't really good. It doesn't sound very good. That happens a lot. That happens more often than not. So when I show you, especially for my Guitar Secrets series, when I show you a guitar, believe me, I've worked on 4 or 5 in between 2 that I might show you that I didn't think were good enough to promote. There are a lot of off-brands and no brands, lesser brands, that are not very good, and I wouldn't promote them. There's a lot of eBay specials out there right now that I've worked on that I would never recommend. Particularly the ones you can get, $70 free shipping, and I won't name too many brands. I won't name any names or anything, but there are a few that I would not represent or encourage anyone to buy because they're just very poorly made. Here's another off-brand special. I just thought I'd show you this because I feel like a maker is trying to do something a little different. It is a dreadnought and it has the usual dreadnought appointments. Interesting headstock though, if I can show that to you. If I can get the light on there. Look at that shape on there. That's really interesting. It's somebody trying to do something asymmetrical, a little bit different, just the contour of the headstock. Nice mahogany too, and a nice sound hole. If you can see that, it's sort of like a southwestern sound hole. The light's not very good today. And then most interestingly, this bird with feathers inlay, which is done with mother of pearl and abalone. And it's interesting when you see stuff like this done on a non-brand guitar or a no-brand guitar. Usually, makers put this kind of stuff on high-end guitars, but this is an unbranded guitar in about the 150 range, and it's a really nice bit of inlay work. So I thought I'd talk today about bling. Bling doesn't mean that the guitar is particularly good. This inlay on this guitar doesn't make the guitar. It's nice. I think it's a selling point. Somebody might want that because of the beautiful design, but it doesn't have anything to do with the sound and the wood selection and the craftsmanship and the fit and finish of the rest of the guitar. Often you see bling put on bad guitars to make them look good, glitter them up a little bit. In this case, it's not. I think it's a reasonable guitar. It's not the best. I think the ones I showed you a couple of videos back were better playing guitars. But this isn't wasted on an absolute dog, absolute piece, if you know what I mean. But you can't judge by that. A lot of lower branded or lesser quality guitars are now showing up with cowrie shell, abalone or fake abalone. Often just stickers, like glittery, silvery stickers that are made to look like they're inlaid, going around the rosette, maybe going up the headstock, or even in some cases going up the fretboard itself. And it's a bit of a con. It doesn't actually mean that the guitar is quality. It just means that someone's polishing a turd, so to speak, hopefully for you to buy it. Sometimes it does mean quality. Here's a nice, the ukulele I showed you in the last video. You can see it's got like a fleur-de-lis in gold about here on the, I think you can pick it up on the camera. It's a nice classy bit of bling, a bit of design. It's not overdone, and the guitar's nice. It's sorry, the ukulele's nice. It's a really nice rosewood finish, beautiful wood. So in these two cases, I think it's worthwhile. I've had guitars and ukuleles that are atrocious, that somebody's blinged up. Sometimes you see that with things, let's say in the 100 and under eBay special category. You see some brands that they put a little bit of glitter and silver and fancy bits on there to try and catch your attention, to catch your eye, particularly to catch kids' eyes, because kids are drawn to that kind of stuff. And the guitar is horrible. So it doesn't necessarily mean the guitar is good. You know, sometimes it's a selling point that's completely outside of whether the guitar is a good quality guitar or not. Sometimes it's a sign of good craftsmanship, and the craftsmanship is excellent all across the instrument, not just in the inlay or the design features. I showed you recently a guitar made by Log, which is a French company, that does very classy Occitan cross rosettes and very different sort of aesthetic appointments. And it's not gimmicky. It's the quality across the guitar is consistent. So the design features, which are different, match the integrity of the guitar build itself. That is not always the case. So you can't be fooled by it. You have to sort of bypass the glittery parts and look at the rest of the guitar, particularly the joint work. A lot of times you'll find like a glittery shell-bound guitar, like an Esteban or something like that, and then you'll look, if you look carefully at the dovetail joint or the neck joint here, or the heel joint, or the back seam joint, or the button joint, where often there is a strap button, sometimes in the top seam, or in the bracing underneath, or even in the neck block, if you can get your eyes up there, particularly where the truss rod goes in. You'll see splits, you'll see chips, you'll see dry wood, you'll see imperfections, you'll see badly fitted parts. And if your eye wasn't drawn to those places, if it had just stayed on the nice looking inlay, you won't have seen all these imperfections. So this is just a video to say, don't be drawn in by that. It's a device often used to sell subpar instruments. And sometimes it's a device to sell really fine instruments, so it sort of works both ways. Just be careful that you don't buy a guitar based on a nice bit of bling. See you next time.